Have you ever noticed something strange? The people who talk the most about their plans are often the ones who achieve the least. And the quiet ones, the ones who rarely announce their dreams, somehow end up surprising everyone. Why is that? Why does silence seem to carry a power that noise never does? This is the story of a man who discovered that truth in the most unexpected way. Stay with this story until the end, because it may reveal the one habit silently blocking your success. Many years ago, in a small riverside village in India, there lived two young men. One was named Ravi. The other was named Dev. They were childhood friends. They grew up running through the same dusty roads, swimming in the same river, and dreaming under the same wide sky. But as they grew older, something separated them. Ravi loved to talk. Every evening he would stand at the village tea stall and declare his future. One day he would say loudly, "I will open the biggest grain shop in this region." Another week he would announce, "I will travel to the city and become rich." The villagers listened. They smiled. They nodded. Some even clapped. Ravi felt important, powerful, ahead of everyone. Dev, on the other hand, rarely spoke about his plans. He would sit quietly at the edge of the tea stall, listening more than talking. If someone asked him about his future, he would simply smile and say, "Let us see." The villagers thought he lacked ambition, but they were wrong. Dev had a dream, too. He wanted to build the finest handmade furniture in the district. He had always loved working with wood, the smell of fresh shavings, the sound of a sharp chisel slicing cleanly through grain. But unlike Ravi, Dev never announced it. He never declared it to the world. He simply went home every evening and practiced. Ravi's plans changed often. One month, he bought a few sacks of grain, planning to start his shop. When sales were slow, he lost interest. The next month, he talked about buying land. He spent more time explaining his ideas than actually building them. And each time he shared a new dream, the villagers gave him encouragement. "You are smart, Ravi. You will go far. You think big." Those words felt good. They felt like success, but nothing in his life truly changed. Meanwhile, Dev followed a different path. After finishing his chores, he would enter a small shed behind his house. Inside that shed were simple tools, some inherited from his grandfather, others borrowed from a retired carpenter in the next village. At first, his work was rough. His cuts were uneven. His measurements were off. But there was no audience to impress, no applause to chase, just quiet effort. Every mistake taught him something. Every failure strengthened his hands. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into a year. Dev never posted about his progress. He never announced, "I am becoming better." He just kept working in silence. One day, an old school teacher in the village needed a sturdy wooden desk. Ravi immediately spoke up at the tea stall. "I know suppliers in the town," he said confidently. "I can arrange something grand." The teacher nodded politely. That evening, the teacher happened to pass by Dev's house. He saw a beautifully carved chair sitting outside to dry. Its legs were balanced perfectly. The surface was smooth as glass. "Who made this?" the teacher asked softly. "I did," Dev replied. "When?" "Over the past few months." The teacher ran his hand over the wood and smiled. "Can you build me a desk?" Dev nodded. No big promises, no loud claims, just a simple yes. It took him 10 days. When he delivered the desk, the teacher was stunned. The joints were tight, the finish was flawless. The design was elegant but strong. Word spread. Soon, one neighbor asked for a table. Another wanted a bed frame. Then someone from the neighboring village placed an order. Dev's small shed slowly transformed into a small workshop. Customers began traveling to see his work. Through all of it, Dev remained the same. He did not boast, he did not explain how hard he worked. He let the furniture speak for him. Meanwhile, Ravi grew frustrated. He couldn't understand it. He complained one evening, "I have bigger dreams. I speak of grand ideas. Why does Dev get all the attention?" An old man sitting nearby looked him carefully. "Because, my son," he said gently, "you harvest applause. He harvests effort." Ravi frowned. The old man continued, "When you speak of your plans and people praise you, your heart feels rewarded. But when he works in silence, his only reward is improvement. That is why he grows." Those words settled heavily in the air. For the first time, Ravi said nothing. Years passed. Dev's workshop became the most respected in the district. His pieces were known for strength and beauty. People admired not just his craft, but his character. He was calm, steady, grounded. He had learned something powerful. Silence protects focus. When you speak less, you listen more. When you announce less, you build more. When you seek less validation, you gain more mastery. There is a strange truth about success. Talking about your goals gives your brain a small taste of achievement. It feels like progress, but it is only imagination. Real progress is quiet. Real growth is often invisible. A seed does not shout while growing underground. It pushes through soil in darkness. It strengthens its roots long before anyone sees a single leaf. Dev understood this. He allowed his roots to grow deep before seeking sunlight. Today, we live in a world where it is easy to announce everything. We share our goals. We declare our transformations. We post our intentions. And sometimes the applause we receive becomes enough to slow us down, enough to make us comfortable. But the man who spoke less achieved more because he saved his energy for the work itself. He did not waste strength explaining who he would become. He invested that strength into becoming it. So here is the lesson. The next time you feel excited about a new goal, pause. Resist the urge to tell everyone immediately. Instead, give yourself a quiet promise. Work on it silently for 30 days. No announcements, no seeking approval, no performing for an audience. Let your discipline grow stronger than your desire for praise. Let your progress surprise people. Let your results introduce you. Because at the end of the day, the deepest pride does not come from words. It comes from building something real, something solid, something earned. The loud world will always be full of talkers, but the quiet builders, they are the ones who shape the future. Now ask yourself honestly, are you harvesting applause or are you harvesting effort? Choose wisely, and remember, speak less, build more, and let your success make the noise.